Go, let's get it. I'm a trapping fanatic, that shit automatic, so I cannot turn it on or off. Bitches all on my dick, then she hop on my dick. I'm like, why you keep hopping on and off? Your bitch all on my dick, she be doing the most. I tell her, little bitch, she so extra. And my gun up on me, but not run up on me. Niggas, they wanna fight, they some restless.
The story begins in the early years of Naruto. The boy was the same, but something was different here. No one in the village truly cared about him. Not even the Hokage or Iruka. Even when Naruto tried to go get ramen with the little money that he had, he was hit with a broom until he would leave the ramen shop. Naruto was completely alone, which would also cause an internal change to happen within his body. His personality splits as a reaction to his environment. Of course, we still have the regular goofy Naruto, but now there was another side that truly became dominant. Naruto goes into the bathroom within the Leaf Village at night and he looks at himself. He was washing his face to clean the bruises and cuts from the villagers. As he was doing so, he looks in the mirror and sees himself. But Naruto didn't recognize this person at all. Sure, it was Naruto that was staring back at him, but he had red eyes and a scar along his face. Naruto would feel his face to feel the cut with his fingers to see it was kind of a deep wound, so this is most likely where the scar would come from. But his scar was already cemented and dry. Naruto then decided to speak. "Are you me?" "Of course I am. However, you and I are very different. You suffer in silence, allowing those to harm you to live in peace, while I cut everyone down who stands in my way or those who would dare to defy my words. Don't you want to make them suffer? Don't you want to make them feel what you had to endure? Think about it, Naruto. This world was never true to you or fair to you ever since you were born. Every moment that you've experienced has been painful. Do you want to live like this forever?" Naruto listens to this other version of himself and gives in to all his negative emotions. He slams his fist against the mirror, breaking it, and this causes his knuckles to bleed. Naruto lifts up his head as we see this deranged look as he begins to laugh. Someone then walks into the public bathroom to see Naruto, and it was a genin, which means he was only a couple years older than Naruto. "What the hell are you doing here, you mutt?" Naruto ignores this until he's punched by the kid. Naruto then walks past him and grabs a piece of the broken glass from the mirror as he locks the bathroom door from the inside and looks at the kid. "I'm gonna rip your guts out." Naruto runs at the genin, but he's dodged and he kicks his stomach. Naruto falls to the ground, but he gets back up and cuts the genin on his cheek. This causes him to back up and try to perform a jutsu, but Naruto uses the cut glass or the broken glass to cut off one of his fingers, causing the genin to scream out in pain. However, Naruto gets on top of him and breaks his wrist. "What was that you called me earlier?" "Yeah, a mutt, was that right? Maybe you should watch who you're speaking to and apologize." Before the genin could speak, Naruto put his hand in his mouth and used the genin's own kunai to cut off his tongue. Naruto then ripped off a piece of his clothing and used it to stuff his mouth so he wouldn't scream out. A couple of minutes go by as we now see the genin tied to a toilet seat, and Naruto was still holding the kunai, as his smile was still prominent. Now, let's begin a little fun game. Every time you get a question wrong, you'll get punished. Now, doesn't that sound fun? The genin shakes his head no, but Naruto stabs the kunai into his leg, and he tries to scream but he can't, which only results in tears forming in his eyes. That was the wrong answer. Alright, now let's get started. More time passes as Genin was completely covered in his own blood while crying, wishing it would just end already. Naruto looked at him and then heard banging on the bathroom door from the outside. Oh, so someone has finally come to save you. That's too bad though. Actually, I have an idea. Earlier, you said I was a mutt, right? Let's see if that's really true. When the adults finally get into the bathroom, they see a lot of blood on the ground. They open one of the urinals to see a Genin dead there, and he looks to be tortured. This is when one of the adults noted how he smelled like urine, but it could be his own. The Hokage was then notified the next morning as an investigation would begin to find the person who did this. While this was going on, Naruto began to see the red-eyed version of himself in the real world from his imagination. He began his training to get even stronger so he could take down all of those who have ever wronged him. Naruto trains until he passes out, and he continues to do so for the following years. A good place to continue is with an 8-year-old Naruto. This was a special night after all. Thanks to the snooping around he did, he knew that tonight would be the night that the Uchiha clan would be killed off. Naruto sits in the trees near the compound, waiting until the screams began. As he heard the first scream, his eyes go red with a slit as he vanished from the branch. Within one of the homes, we see a young family there. A couple wakes up hearing the screams of their only child, as this is when they see a child in the room, which was Naruto, holding their baby boy. The father would plead for Naruto not to kill him. Fine, I won't kill him, but you'll have to do as I say. The couple agrees, and Naruto tells the woman to tie up the man. After she does so, Naruto ties the woman to a chair. Now, tell me everything you know about this clan and their dojutsu, or I'll kill the brat. The man decides to comply with Naruto's request, and even reveals his 3 Tomoe Sharingan to the boy. Naruto walks up to the man and tells him to keep his eyes open. First, he kills the woman right in front of him, and then he holds a kunai to the child's throat. The man begins to try his best to break from the rope, but he isn't able to, and begins to shout for Naruto to stop. He'll do anything. Naruto breaks the arm of the small child, who begins to cry out for his father. Naruto continues to torture the boy until he sees the pattern on the man's eyes finally change. This is when Naruto stopped, as he would kill the man and pull out his eyes as he puts them into a container with liquid to keep them fresh, as he puts that container into a small bag on his waist. After this, he looks down at the child, who could be no older than 5, as he crushes his skull under his feet. Naruto then vanishes, and he goes to his apartment. Since Naruto didn't really have any money, well, he didn't really have the money that he gets from the Hokage, he had made a deal with the person that owns the complex. He allowed the child to live within the basement of the building. After Naruto had cleaned it up, it was pretty spacious. Naruto then goes into the basement, into a secret room hidden by a bookshelf, and he sees a tied up medical ninja. Naruto then slaps a woman on the face to wake her up. She starts to cry and asks Naruto to let her go. Don't worry, I'll let you go after you do one last thing for me. Implant these eyes into my body. If you mess up or try to kill me, I'll release the Nine Tails and destroy the village. She nods, and Naruto creates a clone to watch over her as she performs the surgery. A couple hours go by as Naruto sits up, ripping the bandages off of his eyes to reveal the 3 Tomoe Sharingan. Good job. Does that mean I get to leave, Naruto? Naruto looks at her, and she immediately falls under a genjutsu that causes her to stab herself. Naruto then puts one hand on his head, as this gives him a really bad headache. From all of the information that he's gained, he's actually able to control the Sharingan to a certain degree, which allowed him to turn it on and off. Naruto then looks at the clone of himself, who speaks up. Why did you do that? She was such a fun tool to use after all. It doesn't matter now. Her purpose has been served, just like your own. Naruto makes the clone vanish, and he goes back down into the streets of Konoha. For another 2 years, Naruto perfected his abilities with the Sharingan, including what he learned from scrolls in the Hokage's office that he would often steal. And yes, this would include the Scroll of Sealing. With Naruto's Sharingan, this sped up his training to such a high degree. Not only that, but he figures out early on the benefits of training with the multi-shadow clone jutsu. By the time Naruto was 10 years old, he was a complete monster. He was at least strong as a Chunin, and since he doesn't have any morals, nothing was truly holding his development back. One night, Naruto pickpockets a drunk man and goes into the ramen shop with a hood on his head. This way no one would recognize him. He pays for some ramen and asks for another bowl. Once he gets it, he looks at how hot it was, and he looks up at the ramen guy. Man, this is some good stuff. Can you tell me what this part of it is called? Naruto would point down at the bowl, and the man leans over to see what Naruto is talking about, and as he leans over the counter, Naruto slams his face into the piping hot bowl of ramen, and as the man tries to counter or figure out a way to lift his head up, Naruto would cut his neck, causing blood to overflow in the bowl, as the man would die. Naruto then throws some money at his head and leaves him there, as people were staring at him in the shop and would run out, as they were just civilians and could do nothing. Naruto then goes to the mask shop to see a man making a mask. It was the same man who would often hit him and scold him, as he would just look at the mask. He didn't even do anything. He was using some sort of machine in the back as a smoother. Naruto walked up behind him and slammed his face into the machine, causing blood to get shot out all over the shop. As Naruto would look around at some of the masks, and he takes one as a memento. Next, he goes to the home of Iruka. As the Chunin would sit in bed, he was awoken by a noise he heard downstairs as he goes down to see Naruto looking in his fridge. Naruto, what the hell are you doing here? I just came to get information. I don't have to tell you anything. Is that so, Iruka? Naruto then throws an apple at his face and Iruka catches it, but he then realizes that a blade was now at his throat. Naruto, how did you... Don't worry about that right now. What can you tell me about all the great nations? About an hour goes by as Naruto understands the information. Iruka thinks in the moment, and he thinks about how he could disarm Naruto. And he does so, stabbing him with his own blade. Iruka then gets cut across his chest, and it's a deep cut. But he then realizes that as he touches it, it wasn't real. This is when he looks back at the table to see Naruto still there, eating. And he looks closer to see the Sharingan. Naruto smiles and then slowly begins to walk to Iruka, as he would then cut him across his chest, really this time. And this cut was so deep that it even cut his ribs. Naruto would kill Iruka and finishes up the job here. He has one final stop to make before leaving this place. He goes to the Hokage's office. Within the Hokage's office, Hiruzen was there, alone, backed up on paperwork. He hears a knock on the door and tells him to come inside. He sees Naruto, as he was confused why he was here at this hour. Naruto then reveals a young Konohamaru. Naruto, what are you? Don't worry about that, old man. Tell me who my parents were, or the kid gets it. Naruto, you know I don't know that information. Naruto then cuts the cheek of the kid, showing that he really wasn't playing. And Hiruzen reveals the truth, showing Naruto the flying Raijin kunai. Naruto then nods and is disgusted by the fact that his father was a Kage. Because of Hiruzen, Naruto has a bad look on all other Kage, no matter who they are. The last thing that Naruto would demand here is money, and Hiruzen puts a large bag of it on the table for Naruto, who would smile. "You must care about this kid a lot." Naruto takes the kunai and the money before jumping out of the window. As he lands on another building, he tells Hiruzen to go check up on Iruka. He must be, well, pretty fresh though. Hiruzen then calls for ninjas to track down Naruto within the village, but the Yamanaka clan informs Hiruzen that Naruto has not been sensed within the village for hours. Hiruzen is shocked by this revelation. He just explains that he just saw Naruto, so how could this be possible? He thinks about it further, as it could have been a clone, but that would mean that Naruto is stronger than all of his peers, as they haven't even been taught this yet. From the records, it's shown that he's the bottom of the class. So, could he have been faking it this entire time? Hiruzen goes to the home of Iruka and sees blood everywhere but no body. The trail then leads to the fridge, and as he opens it, he sees a cut up Iruka sitting inside. Seeing this causes Hiruzen to throw up because of how disgusted the body looked. This is when he decides to label Naruto as a rogue ninja and that he's now wanted dead or alive. Away from the Leaf Village, we see a clone of Naruto make it to the real Naruto, who takes the kunai and the money. And Naruto continues to live away from the Leaf until one day he finds the person that he was looking for. He went down into a base after defeating the guards at the entrance and sees a man experimenting on children. Naruto Uzumaki. I've been expecting you for quite some time. After all, you do make quite the commotion within the Hidden Leaf Village. Orochimaru turns around smiling at the boy. Yeah. I'm not here for all the small talk. I'm here to actually learn something from you. I want to destroy this world. And I feel like you'll be the perfect person to study under to accomplish that goal. That's quite the dream you have. What will you do after you destroy it? Will you create your new world order for everyone to follow under with an iron fist? Naruto begins laughing. No. That's pretty boring, actually. I just simply want to cause devastation. Orochimaru himself even gets chills down his spine hearing this from such a small child, but he decides to take Naruto, under his wing. Actually, who would pass up the opportunity to have the Nine-Tailed Jinchuriki follow them and do as they say? Orochimaru uses Naruto as a mercenary to do the dirty work, which benefits both parties. Naruto gains more hands-on experience in training, while Orochimaru gets to do his research faster from having Naruto. His goal is still to get the Sharingan and kill third Hokage. Naruto doesn't reveal his Sharingan because of this, and decides that one day he'll kill Orochimaru as well. Naruto meets Kimimaro after a year and decides to put what he's learned to the test. Instead of allowing Orochimaru to have his body, Naruto steals it instead. Sure, it was more troublesome because of the Nine Tails within its body, but the process still went pretty smoothly. Now, Naruto has access to the bone-creating Kekkei Genkai as well as a Sharingan, and his large reserve of Uzumaki chakra. Orochimaru was upset by this, but he figured something like this would happen. After all, Naruto was a prodigy. Naruto was also the leader of the Sound Four after only being with Orochimaru for a year. He was appointed leader by him, but he hasn't met any of the other members just yet. The Sound Four by this time all knew each other though. In a separate training room, all of them were taking a break. Jirobo then speaks up. Aren't we supposed to meet our so-called leader today for a mission? Sakon and Ukon tell him that that's later tonight, but it's true. Tayuya then sits up. Guys, I have an idea. Shouldn't he be training here as well? Let's go spy on him. Jirobo says he doesn't care that much and he'll just wait, and the rest of the Sound Four tell her to do what she wants, as if she gets in trouble, it'll be her fault, not theirs. She sighs and goes out to find Naruto. After walking around, she finds the training room that he was in, and he sees Naruto working on using his bone Kekkei Genkai as he was trying to control it better. As she peeps around the corner, she saw Naruto stop moving. What is he doing? He's just standing there. Naruto then turned around and glared at her. She tried to turn around and run, but she runs into Naruto. What the hell are you doing spying on me? She tries to explain herself, but Naruto grabs her by the throat and chokeslams her. She then recovers and flips away while kicking Naruto in his chin. You're not half bad for a newbie. Aren't you supposed to be our leader? Yeah, I am. Don't tell me you think you can beat me. Of course I can. She jumps at Naruto, but each of her attacks is blocked as she then pinned to the ground. She reverses the hold and she forces Naruto to the ground instead. He then smiles at her, causing her to ask, "What's so funny? I'll wipe that grin off your face." Naruto then kisses her on the lips, which causes her to blush as Naruto then poofs into smoke. The real Naruto then stands at the door waving to her. "I'll see you later." Naruto then goes into his room and he takes a shower before sitting on his bed while thinking, planning out every little detail of what he wants to do with his life. As he sits in thought, he hears a knock on the door as Tayuya walks in, blushing at Naruto again. "Why the hell don't you have on any clothes?" "Because I just got out of the shower and this is my own room. Anyway, what do you want?" "The team wants to know when you're ready." Naruto stands up and tells her when they need to be ready. He then gets closer and changes the color of his eyes to a red color with a slit. "Next time you spy on me, I'll kill you." She then gets scared as she would leave the room and tells the Sound Four. That night, the group is brought together by Orochimaru, as Naruto is the last person to walk in. His demeanor is fierce and serious. The Sound Four are shaken to their core by his very presence, but he greets them with a fake smile. "Alright, now that all of you are here, I need you to recover a disease-curing medicine from the Stone Village. It should be in their medical center or research laboratory. If someone stands in your way, get rid of them. I do not care how you get it done, just bring it back here, and if you fail this mission, I'll kill you." The group then heads out, and let's say it takes them 4 days to actually reach the Land of Stone. Once they, arrive outside the village, Naruto scouts and then goes back to the camp that they have set up. "Alright, let's go find the medicine." "What's the plan, oh gracious leader?" Jirobo would say. "It's a simple plan that even you could follow as a knucklehead. Just stay out of my way." The Sound Four then question Naruto, but he hands each of them a kunai. "Just keep those on you if you don't want to die." Naruto vanishes from their eyes, as they then hear explosions from within the Stone Village. Naruto uses the surrounding mountains to cause avalanches of rocks to crush some of the buildings. This alerts all the Jonin ninja as they dispatch to stop this threat. However, it wasn't just happening in one specific area. It was all over the village, causing their forces to be separated. Naruto and his clones were just so prominent in this attack, as well as the Sound Four, who were also taking down Chunin and Jonin from within the village. The Kage then floats over to see a boy with yellow hair. Turn to him. "You must be the leader of this attack. Tell me, what do you want?" "Destruction." Naruto holds up an innocent child and throws it at the Kage. Inoki catches her, only to see an explosive tag on her chest as the Kage is directly hit by this explosion, as now he's scarred across his face. His guards and other shinobi come to help, and as they start to attack, Naruto dodges each one of them as he throws kunai all over this battlefield. As soon as Inoki gets a good look at the kunai with the only eye that he has left, he tells the shinobi present to run away now, as this threat is too strong for them. Once they try to jump back, each of them have an explosive tag placed on their body, which causes more explosions. Inoki then watches as Naruto begins to walk away, but he appears right in front of him and attempts to use particle style. As the light appears around Naruto, he poofs, revealing that he was a clone as well. The old man sits back down on the ground and everything becomes silent. The stone village was overwhelmed in just mere seconds. Naruto then teleports himself and the Sound Four out of the area as they would return to Orochimaru. Naruto presents not only the medicine but the data that was documented on said medicine. Orochimaru praises the group and tells them to take the day off, but Naruto refuses it. He tells Orochimaru that they're weaklings as they are now, so he'll train them himself. He then takes all 4 of them into a training room where they would spar against him. Even when they think they get close, Naruto evades the attacks. They wonder how he was doing this, but Naruto is using the Sharingan. Jirobo throws a punch at Naruto's back, but it becomes, bones extend from it, which stop him. Naruto looks up and says, "I'm tired of playing on the defense. Let's see how well you guys can do it." Jirobo would throw another punch, and Naruto dodges it and stabs him in the shoulder, which pins him to the wall. Kidimaru grabs Naruto, but he performs a wind jutsu that sends him crashing into the opposite wall. Tayuya is then knocked out before she could even realize, and Sakon and Ukon just give up seeing how fast Naruto is moving. "You all are useless to me as of now. Get stronger or I'll kill you my damn self." Naruto leaves the room and tells Orochimaru that he's heading out to get some fresh air. As Naruto leaves, Kabuto asks if it was really okay to let Naruto just do as he pleases. "It's fine. He's like a wild dog when you consider it. The more you let him rampage and become stronger, well, when you feed that dog what he wants, the loyalty would grow." Outside, Naruto was in a town where he sits down in a restaurant. As the waitress comes up to him and asks what he wanted, Naruto stabbed a kunai into her throat as she fell back on the ground and blood began to spew everywhere. Naruto would go into the kitchen, where he would set the building on fire, and he has clones outside that basically hold the doors shut so people can't get out. Naruto begins to watch them panic and smile as he sees a little girl who's scared, and he walks over to her. "Are you scared?" She nods, and Naruto kicks her into the flames while laughing. What a little brat. As for the rest of you, there isn't much time left. Fight to the death, and the last one standing, I'll let you live. The bloody battle begins to happen inside this restaurant, and Naruto watches on while eating food from the kitchen. A man stands up as the last person alive besides Naruto and begs him to save him. Instead, he's put under a genjutsu that forces him to watch this moment over and over until the flames consume his body. Naruto stretches his arms as he teleports outside the building, and he returns to the base of Orochimaru that night. And another year would go by as Orochimaru prepares his plans to attack the Leaf Village. He sends out Naruto alone to meet up with the spy from the Leaf and get the scroll of sealing. Naruto meets up with Mizuki and he gets the scroll. Alright, now what? Naruto turns to him confused. What do you mean now what? What happens next? Aren't you going to take me back with you? Oh, that's what you thought? You're just here to die, that's it, your purpose has been fulfilled. Mizuki gets angered, attacking Naruto, but the bone blades cut off his head instantly. Naruto then teleports back with the scroll and gives it to the Sannin and continues his own training for a couple more weeks. Orochimaru gets Naruto and Kabuto to enter the Leaf Village as shinobi for the Chunin exams with him. The goal is to find Sasuke Uchiha and leave the curse mark on his body. Naruto has his own mission of destroying the leaf from within the inside, diminishing their numbers, and setting up seals with his kunai around the whole village. The three of them then form a team, and they enter the village alongside a big group of people who are also participating in the Chunin exams. Of course, they do use disguises to hide their true identity and make everything go smoother. The first part of the exams has no real change, but as they listen to Anko explain the rules for the Forest of Death, Naruto spots a kid with an Uchiha crest on his back. That must be the target, Sasuke Uchiha. He still looks weak. I'm pretty sure I could take him down on my own at this point. Orochimaru, Kabuto, and Naruto enter the Forest of Death together, but then split up once they're inside to find Sasuke. Naruto doesn't really care much to find him. He actually just wants to kill anyone that he sees. The first team that he runs into was actually Team Guy. The three Genins see only one opponent and decide to take this opportunity to take the scroll and move on faster. Lee appears right next to Naruto, who blocks the attack and swings his own fist. Lee was able to block, but was still sent flying back into a larger tree. Neji then jumps in to try and close his chakra points, but Naruto begins to tease him while dodging. I would have expected more from a place like the Leaf Village. It seems all the Genin here are truly weak. Neji then lands a strike. Who's weak now? Naruto then hits him with an uppercut, sending him into the air as he wipes the blood from his mouth. Watch who the hell you're talking to, you spoiled brat. Neji then gets back up slowly, but Lee steps in front of him. Neji, let me be the one to take down this strong foe. It is my duty as a student of the mighty Guy Sensei. Lee then sprints at Naruto, but his attack is parried then countered. The two lock arms and Lee gets a good look at his face. You're starting to amuse me, bushy brows, but why don't we both take this fight a little more seriously? Lee flips away onto a branch as he feels his chest and looks down to see blood. He then tilts his head towards Naruto, who has a sharp bone coming from his elbow. That ability is very dangerous. No worries, I myself can be dangerous as well. Since you are a strong foe, I must ask for your name. Naruto looks at Lee and decides to reveal, well, play a game. Alright then, bushy brows, let's make a deal. If you can push me to my limit, then I'll reward you with my name. Rock Lee nods and then watches as Tenten tries to sneak up on Naruto. Naruto grabs her by the throat and lifts her into the air. As he starts to choke the life out of her, Rock Lee drops his weight to save his teammate. He appears right next to Naruto and tries to punch him. Naruto then drops Tenten, barely dodging the attack. Lee then appears behind him and lands a flurry of attacks, sending him flying. Before Naruto could hit something, Lee appeared and landed a leaf hurricane against Naruto. Lee kept this up until he finished off with the primary lotus. Naruto laid there in a crater, barely able to move. As Lee stands on a large branch, he looks over at his right to see Neji, but then when he looks to his left, he doesn't see Tenten. He sees Naruto. Naruto also had a bright smile on his face, and even let out some laughter. Lee truly didn't understand, until Neji grabbed him by the collar. Lee, what are you doing? He then points down at the crater, and Lee looks down, not to see Naruto, but to see a dead Tenten. No. What did I do? Lee falls to his knees with tears flowing down his face. All he could hear was a continuous laugh of Naruto. You really are funny to mess with. I can't believe you really thought you were fighting me. I never knew a shinobi could be so weak against genjutsu. You truly won't be able to become a formidable ninja as you are now. Lee stands with anger in his eyes. Neji, tell Guy Sensei I'm sorry for breaking my promise to pace myself, and I'll do 1,000 push-ups as a punishment. Gate of opening. Open. Lee's skin then becomes red as his veins begin to pop out. He flash steps right in front of Naruto and throws a punch that actually lands, sending him flying throughout the forest. Lee keeps this rapid fire pace of attacks, hitting Naruto over and over. He believes this is the end, so he pulls back his fist even further. This is for Tenten. Lee throws the punch at Naruto, who was leaning against a large tree, only for him to catch it. Naruto then holds his fist tightly, not allowing him to back away. Chakra then began leaking from Naruto's body. It was intense, something this genin had never felt before. Naruto opens his eyes, revealing their red color, which makes Lee shake to his core, but he couldn't move as he was petrified with fear. Hey, bushy brows. The name is Naruto Uzumaki. Rock Lee is then completely overwhelmed by Naruto's new power. He wasn't able to keep up even with the gate open. Naruto's movements were even faster, no time for him to react at all. Each attack that landed was deadly enough to kill the average shinobi. Lee tried his best, but that wasn't enough here, as he wouldn't be able to win. Naruto ends the battle by slashing Lee across his chest with his Bone Kekkei Genkai, leaving him passed out on the ground. When he wakes up, he sees Neji passed out as well. He runs over, he limps over, and tries to shake him to wake up, but as he does so, Neji's head then rolls off his body, and Lee's scream echoes throughout the entire forest. By this time, Orochimaru had already placed the seal, the curse mark, on Sasuke, and escaped the area with Kabuto. As Naruto was running towards the meeting point, he ran into another genin squad. This was a Sand sibling trio. They looked at the yellow-haired kid, who was about the same age as them. He doesn't have a team with them either. Tamari then demanded the scroll that she saw on Naruto's waist, but he appeared right in front of her, as he then stabbed her with the kunai in her shoulder, but then vanished. He appeared right next to Orochimaru and Kabuto, who would then say, "You're late, Naruto." Naruto then turns to Kabuto, walking by him but tilting his head back. "Hey Orochimaru, tell your little fanboy to get off my ass." "What did you call me, Naruto?" Naruto keeps looking at him. "If you really had a problem with what I said, then you do something about it, instead of running your mouth." Kabuto runs up behind Naruto and throws a punch that's caught. That's the wrong move. Naruto knocks him out, and he wakes up in a room chained to walls. Where am I? This is when he sees Naruto sitting in a chair in front of him. Naruto looks down at Kabuto, as men begin to crawl into the room as well. "Naruto, who are they?" "Orochimaru isn't the only one who has human subjects, Kabuto." Naruto walks over to Kabuto, and he holds up a small piece of food so that all the men could see, but then he threw it into Kabuto's mouth and made him swallow it. He tries to break out of the chains, but his body is weak due to some sort of poison. They would then ravage his body, trying to get that one piece of food. Kabuto screams out for them to stop. He begs and cries, but it's ignored. Naruto stands in the room watching while laughing at Kabuto, and that's all he hears during this horrible moment. After hours go by, Naruto kills the men and frees Kabuto from the chains. He was bleeding and crying while not being able to move. No more, please. Just make it end." Naruto crouches down to him, looking at him. This is just the beginning. He pulls out a strange needle with a liquid inside and injects it into Kabuto, leaving him here in this room. A couple more days go by until it's time for the attack on the leaf to commence. Naruto stands with the Sound Four, who would ask where Kabuto was, but Naruto says he doesn't know. The Konoha crush then begins, but this time it was different. Instead of having everyone invade through the gate of the Leaf Village, Sound and Sand Shinobi were teleported in by clones of Naruto. The attack begins and the third Hokage is confronted by Orochimaru and a hooded figure. "Orochimaru, what is the meaning of this, and who is that you have with you?" Naruto takes off his hood, revealing himself, and Hiruzen is shocked. Before their fight could begin, they saw the one-tailed Shukaku emerge from the forest. Orochimaru tells Naruto to make sure Sasuke Uchiha doesn't die in that battle. Naruto nods and vanishes as the barrier is then put up by the Sound 4. Within the forest, Gaara sent sand down at the young Uchiha, who seemed to be paralyzed by the curse mark. Just in time, Naruto arrived and got him out of the way, as Sasuke was shocked. "Naruto, what are you doing here?" Before Sasuke could continue questioning him, he was knocked out. "I don't have time to answer such bothersome questions. If it was up to me, I'd let the Uchiha legacy die right here. In the place... well, that's for another time, I guess. Anyway, it looks like I have bigger problems on my hands." Naruto then flash steps, dodging the sand. "Hey Fox, wake the hell up." Kurama sits up, looking down at Naruto, wondering what he wants now. "Give me some more of that power." "Why should I? You don't deserve any of it." "It's simple. Don't you want to show that other-tailed beast who really is the strongest? Can't you tell? He's looking down on us right now. He thinks he's better than you, even though his power doesn't compare at all." Kurama is then tricked into giving Naruto more power, and he allows himself to be summoned in this very moment. Soon as the fox appears, all the villagers are shocked. He roars throughout the village and runs on all fours towards Shukaku. Kurama uses his tails to block the sand before swiping his claws. Shukaku uses sand to block, but Naruto now stands right next to Gaara. What a boring fight. He then slices the head off, causing the one-tails to crumble and vanish. Naruto looks down at the sand siblings who arrive as well, as he makes the nine-tails disappear and jumps towards them. He then, slits Kankuro's throat, and he breaks his arm quickly. It wasn't Kankuro, it was a puppet. Naruto then jumps towards the real Kankuro and throws an explosive tag within his mouth, kicking him towards Temari. Temari then jumps into the trees to avoid the explosion, as she watches the body explode and sees Naruto walk from the smoke. What the hell are you insane? Hey, catch. Instinctively she dodges, but then she sees it's the head of her brother by her feet. She raises her fan for the next attack, but Naruto is holding on to it. "I think I'm gonna take you with me." This is when she's knocked out by him. And we see Danzo walk from the shadows as well. "How about we make a deal here, Naruto? What makes you think I want to deal with you? After all, I don't know you, and I have nothing more to gain from this village. Trust me, Naruto Uzumaki. I can make your deepest desires come true, if I see fit." Another hour goes by as Naruto meets up with the Sound 4 who have an unconscious Orochimaru. Tayuya demands to know who that girl Naruto is carrying on his back. "Oh, she's a souvenir." Tayuya begins to get angered by this until Naruto slaps her across the face, backhanded. "Shut the hell up. You already know what your purpose is. You serve me, and only me, as there's nothing more." The rest of the Sound 4 try to hold in their reactions and laughs as the group would return back to the base. Temari wakes up in a bed, but she can't remember anything. Naruto then walks into the room, and she stares blankly, trying to remember who he was and why he was in here. No, where was she? He then feels her forehead, causing her to blush when he gets so close. "So, how are you feeling?" "Good, but who are you and where am I?" "You're in my room. I rescued you from your brothers." My brothers?" "Yes, they attacked you, but I was able to save you after you had gained severe injuries. Your village had betrayed you, so I figured I'd bring you here. My name is Naruto Uzumaki. and your name is Tamari. Tamari begins to remember small bits and pieces, but as she does, her head begins to hurt. And while she sits there, she's able to see some memories of Naruto saving her, but it's still blurry. Until you get back on your feet, I'll have someone look after you. Naruto gets up and leaves the room, and after he closes the door, we see his head lift up to reveal his eyes. The pattern was that of a Mangekyo Sharingan. What an impressive ability. I could use this to manipulate anyone I please. Naruto's right eye allows him to rip out a person's memory, and the left allows him to create and implant new ones. Throughout this day, everything goes on as usual, but Naruto is summoned to the room of Orochimaru. Since Kabuto was now gone, Naruto was his number 2, and both of them would go out to find Lady Tsunade. Orochimaru approaches her at night and offers a deal. The next day, Jiraiya finds her, and she refuses to become the Hokage. Once that was done, she meets with Orochimaru and actually heals his arms. This is when Jiraiya would arrive, attacking Orochimaru, but Naruto blocks for him, while Tsunade finishes up the healing. Thank you, Naruto, but I need you to focus on Lady Tsunade for me. Orochimaru then kicks her away, and Naruto nods, following in the direction that she went. Tsunade was upset about her brother not being revived, but blocked the attack from Naruto as she throws a punch that's dodged by him. Man, I thought you were supposed to be a Sannin. If that's the strength that it takes to be one, then I should call myself one. Shut your mouth, boy, you know nothing. Or what, you old hag? Don't you descend from the legendary Senju? You must be a filthy halfling because you're pretty weak. She's angered by this and goes to attack while someone calls out her name. Naruto then throws a kunai by her face, but she dodges it and throws a punch. But Naruto's gone, and as soon as her fist makes contact with the rock, it shatters. She turns around, seeing Naruto holding that very same kunai to the throat of Shizune. No, let her go. She has nothing to do with this battle. What kind of offer can you make me in exchange for her life? I don't have any money. Is that so? Well, then we'll play a game. If you win, I'll let her go, and I'll let you go. But if I win, I kill both of you. How does that sound? Are the odds not in your favor? It's a 50-50 game. Heads or tails with this kunai. Naruto then marks the kunai with his own blood, making that side heads, as the other blank side was tails. He tells her to pick a side. As he throws it up into the air, she watches it carefully. It lands on the side that she called out, but Naruto stabs Shizune in her throat anyway. He then goes to help Orochimaru, while Tsunade holds the lifeless body of Shizune. As she cries, her head is then sliced off by a Naruto clone, who used the kunai to appear right next to her. Jiraiya, during this time, was questioning how Naruto was with him. It's simple, Jiraiya. He came to me when the leaf abandoned him, and he was given a new home. No, that can't possibly be true. Jiraiya forms a Rasengan, catching Orochimaru off guard, but before it connects, an explosion would happen. No, there was only one thing that could counter it so perfectly. When the dust settles, we see Naruto standing between the two. Orochimaru himself was even in shock. Sure, they had the scroll of sealing in their possession, along with many other scrolls, but none of them had the rule set or Rasengan. Naruto decides this is the time to reveal his Sharingan. Orochimaru was impressed more than jealous. Naruto then jumped at Jiraiya, who blocked the attack and swung his leg. Naruto saw right through it, as this is when he used another Rasengan that landed against his chest. This sent the Sannin flying back, wondering what he should do. He doesn't have time to go into Sage mode, so what can he do here? Before these thoughts could finish, Naruto and Orochimaru were running straight at him. He manages to block Naruto's attack but a snake bites his neck, injecting a poison. Naruto then slams a yellow powder into his eyes, causing Jiraiya to fall to his knee. After wiping his eyes, he notices that his vision was very distorted, as he was seeing things. Naruto then pulls his blade, cutting his arms off. And the Sannin was trying to do something, but before he could speak, Naruto stepped on his face. "Go greet that old geezer for me in hell." He then stabs Jiraiya in the throat, leaving him there. Naruto tilts his head back to Orochimaru, releasing more of his bloodlust. "Don't even think about it, 'cause as I am now, I could even take you down." Orochimaru releases his own bloodlust to combat Naruto's. "I think you're getting a little ahead of yourself. You still are the student, not the master." Naruto begins laughing before revealing the Mangekyo Sharingan to Orochimaru. This gives him memories and flashbacks of Itachi Uchiha, who defeated him with eyes just like those. Days go by as the elders wait for word from Jiraiya, but there is none. With no other options, they would elect Danzo as the 5th Hokage. One night, Naruto sneaks into the Leaf Village and beats up Sasuke, convincing him to come to Orochimaru to seek out more power. Sasuke goes with Naruto, but as they leave the village, Sakura tries to come with them. Naruto then points something out to Sasuke. "If you kill her, you'll gain even more power than you have now." Sasuke's eyes widen, but he knocks her out instead, leaving her there on the ground. Naruto says he's no fun at all. "I can't do that, as it's something that he would do, and I'm much better than him." The two then teleport to the base of Orochimaru, and Naruto tells him that his work here is done. Orochimaru would ask what he meant, but Naruto explained further. "I've helped you reach your goals. Now, I'm going out and doing as I please. Well then, let me leave you with a parting gift." This will be the day that Naruto has Hashirama cells implanted within his body to help him further control his Sharingan. As Naruto walks from the base with a hood on, someone follows behind him with a hood of her own. It was Tayuya. "Let me come with you, Naruto. Just stay out of my way and be useful, or I'll kill you." She nods, and the two vanish into the night. Over the years, Naruto becomes more ruthless and often takes jobs as a mercenary for cash. The next time we see him, he was sitting down with a hood over his head in front of a fire. Tayuya walks over, handing him some food, and he starts to eat while she sits down. "How long do you want to keep living like this? What is the nonsense that you're talking about now? It's been 3 years, Naruto, and all you do is kill for money. Yeah, 'cause it's fun. If you have a problem with it, you can leave at any time. That's not the point that I'm trying to make." He then grabs her mouth, telling her to shut up, as he stands up and grabs his blade while putting out the fire. Someone's here. Tayuya activates her curse mark, allowing it to spread across her body. How many? About 50 from what I can sense. One of the Anbu members then walks from the shadows, looking at Naruto. Naruto Uzumaki, the Nine-Tailed Jinchuriki. Lord Danzo has terminated your deal and wants your head. Naruto's eyes change to that of the Sharingan as he smirks. I had a feeling this would happen. Go ahead and try. The Anbu then begin attacking Naruto as he dodges kunai from all directions, and then he stands still, feeling something sharp. The same Anbu pointed a blade at his back. It's over, Naruto. All he can then hear is the laughter of the teen who grabs his face. You idiot. Don't you understand that you were all standing too close to me? Wind style, hurricane blades. Naruto waves his hand as everything around him is cut down. There were only about 20 Anbu members left after this devastating attack. Tayuya and Naruto take the rest of them out. As now, they head back. Back to where? It takes them a couple weeks to make it back to the base of Orochimaru, where they find him bedridden as he's sick. Sasuke was still there as well, as Naruto goes into his room and looks at him. Come with me. They then go into the room of Orochimaru. Go ahead, Sasuke. Kill him. Sasuke wasn't planning on doing this for another couple weeks, so he was shocked. But this was as good a time as any other. The same battle would occur, resulting in the death of Orochimaru. Sasuke stood there, heavily breathing due to the battle. He was exhausted, but then he was stabbed through his heart. Naruto, you snake. Don't compare me to that trash. It was inevitable after all. You should have seen it coming. In a last-ditch effort, he tries to use the Chidori, but Naruto impales him again with his Bone Kekkei Genkai. Sasuke dies here, and Naruto begins to exit the room. As soon as he gets to the door, Karin kicks it down, and she tries to avenge Sasuke. Naruto dodges these attacks and uses Mangekyo Sharingan on her. He implants a created memory of Sasuke trying to kill her, but Naruto saving her. Naruto also adds in different memories, and he also finds a way to warp the memories, her feelings within these memories. What I mean by this is Naruto is able to change her memory where she feels lust towards Sasuke and manipulates it towards himself instead, making it seem as if she's in love with him. She wakes up in a dark room to Naruto nursing her back to health. She hugs him smiling, thanking him, as he says it's no problem at all. 20 more minutes go by, as we see Naruto putting on his clothes while laying on the bed. While she lays on the bed. And he stands up, throwing a towel to cover her face as he walks towards the door. Clean yourself up, we're leaving this hellhole soon. Naruto goes to Jugo and Suigetsu, manipulating their memories as well, as now we see all of them in hooded robes outside of the base, as Naruto looks down at a small book in his hand before closing it. Let's see if this pervert students are still alive. Naruto and the new Sound 4 move out into the night and begin their journey. But where were they going? Over the years, Naruto has not only been killing a lot of people, but he's also been studying the shinobi world. He's done investigations on all types of people. One of his most interesting discoveries was that of Nagato Uzumaki. As they traveled, Naruto was approached by a black and white figure. Naruto Uzumaki, I have quite the offer that may interest you. Naruto sits down and tells the Sound 4 to stand down. I'm listening, so make it quick. Join the Akatsuki and kill the current leaders. Sounds like fun. Tell me, they must be strong, so what are their abilities? Listen carefully. To make one wrong mistake, and you will die. Pain is a wielder of the Rinnegan and a student of the fallen Sannin, Jiraiya. I believe you're already hunting him down. Naruto nods as Zetsu continues. The other leader is the most dangerous out of us all. His name is Tobi. He's actually an Uchiha with the ability to warp through things. However, I believe if you use the Flying Raijin, you'll be able to defeat him. Naruto takes the offer, and he first gets a location of Nagato's real body. After Zetsu leaves, Naruto is questioned by Suigetsu. Why did we take the deal from that guy? It sounds like bad news. That's the point, you idiot. Did any of you even realize what he was saying? Karin then interjects. He already knows about Naruto's abilities, and it's clear that he has some ulterior motives. Naruto then rubs the top of her hair. At least someone else is using their brain. Oh yeah, that's right. Hey Tayuya. Yes, Naruto? He turns his head with an intense glare and kills her with a bone blade. The others ask why he did this. She has no purpose to this group anymore, as all of you are stronger than her and serve to be useful. Let's move. Continue and go to the Mist Village. As they sat near the gate, Jugo asks Naruto who the target was for this mission, as Naruto shows them a bounty on the head of the Mizukage. Jugo and Suigetsu eyes would widen, calling Naruto crazy. But he doesn't really care at all. Man, you fools really don't get it. You must not get the same rush that I do when you see the blood spilling out of a body, someone's helpless eyes begging just to live a little longer, their bodies going cold, the adrenaline that comes with battle. Destroying everything here will show you three what I truly mean. Naruto rushes at the guards of the village, slamming one of their heads into the wall, crushing his skull. The other jumps towards Naruto, but the attack is blocked by the bones coming from his body, as Jugo jumps in, punching the man through the chest, following right behind Naruto. Suigetsu and Karin stay close together while they would enter the village as well. More shinobi come to the aid of the village, and they try to fight. The Mizukage comes out as well, shooting lava towards the two who flip out of the way. Her guards then attack Jugo, and Naruto stares at her. Why are you here, Naruto Uzumaki? I've come to kill you. What else? So let's make this quick. Naruto throws a kunai towards her face and she dodges it. He grabs the kunai and slams a Rasengan into her side. Although Mei was fast enough just to barely dodge the attack and counter with an acidic one, Naruto used the wind style to deflect this attack, and the acids go onto a nearby building, corroding it. Naruto looks at this, as this gets his blood boiling at her strong jutsu. She tries to perform another hand signs but isn't able to, due to how fast that Naruto is striking her. It keeps her locked in a taijutsu battle where she would have the disadvantage due to his Sharingan. Naruto sees through her next attack and dodges it with ease, before using his bone ability to stab her through the stomach. She coughs up blood before jumping back while holding her stomach as blood would come out. Don't be scared now, Mei. I know it's been a while since someone's went that deep inside of you, but there's no point in running now. What did you say to me, you brat? Naruto then appeared right next to her, with his hand approaching her face. You got too distracted. Naruto's chakra flares up as he slams her into the ground, creating a crater. Within this large crater that was around her body, she could barely move, as she turns her head to see Naruto smiling at her as he holds her face. If only you weren't a target, you could have been useful as a tool for my enjoyment. Oh well. Naruto cuts her throat, killing her, and he jumps out of the crater to find Jugo passed out on the ground with hundreds of bodies around him. Naruto actually had a soft spot for Jugo, as he found him quite enjoyable. He then picks him up and teleports to Suigetsu and Karin. You two, come on, we're leaving. The job is done here. The Sound 4 takes a break for a couple days to recover before they are approached again by Zetsu. He then leads them to the location of Nagato's real body. As soon as they see him, Naruto cuts him down immediately before any of his abilities could be used. Oh. As the son of the Yellow Flash, I expected no less. Naruto rips the Rinnegan from Nagato's head and hands them to Karin. Make yourself more important to me. Zetsu wouldn't be able to set up Toby the same way due to his ability and his constant movement around the nation. Naruto also had another goal that he wanted to accomplish. there were still some loose ends that needed to be tied up. He decides to go on this mission alone and leave his team at the base of Orochimaru. Naruto was now seen overlooking the Leaf Village from a cliff as he would smirk. The moon was bright and full as it shined down on what was about to happen. Naruto's blood began to boil with just a thought of what he was going to do to Danzo. He jumped into the sky, throwing down kunai all over the village as thousands of Naruto clones began raining down while trying to find Danzo. The new Anbu tried to attack, but these Naruto clones were much stronger than they ever could have imagined. Anyone who stood in his way was then killed. Danzo would then dispatch Kakashi, Might Guy, Azuma, Kurenai, and a few other highly ranked Jonin to try and fight Naruto. The teen was seen sitting on top of a light post where he would catch the hand of Kakashi, stopping the lightning from hitting his face. Might Guy then appeared, kicking him down into the streets below, as Naruto would look up to see them all jumping down towards him as he prepared himself for a new battle. Naruto would stand back up, watching the Jonin surround him as he slowly begins to stretch. This is quite a surprise that you made it this far, Naruto Uzumaki. Danzo then walks from the shadows, standing right next to Kakashi. This will be the end for you. Naruto lifts up his head, revealing the Mangekyo Sharingan, and then he uses the seal placed on Kakashi to cut off the arm on Danzo that had all the Sharingan implanted. Naruto would then dodge a strike from Kakashi and Might Guy while still choke-slamming Danzo to the ground. Naruto watches Guy open the gates and jump towards him, remembering what he did to his students. Naruto blocked these attacks using the power of the Nine Tails, as he then summoned it within the village and jumps on its head. Naruto then covers the Nine Tails in a black Susanoo armor. The Nine Tails begin to wreak havoc, and the shinobi try to stop it, but each time they do, a Naruto clone kills them. Naruto leaves a clone that keeps the Susanoo going, along with controlling the Nine Tails, as he jumps off, looking for Danzo, and he finds him trying to escape and cuts his last eye out, and he cuts off his legs. Naruto kills Danzo without saying a word and teleports back to the Nine Tails, as the Tail Beast shoots down the Hokage monument with the Tail Beast bomb, causing the entire cliff to fall on the back half of the Leaf Village, leaving it in shambles. Naruto releases the summon and disappears from the village. This causes the Leaf to completely fall out of power, meaning the other nations are looking at their territory. Naruto is resting within the base and was visited by Zetsu once again. However, Naruto activated his Sharingan and warped the memories of the creature. Instead of believing he was Kaguya's will, he believed himself to be the embodiment of Naruto's desire for destruction. Naruto tells Zetsu to go out and create war between the remaining villages. He would nod and leave the base. Naruto stays here with his group and trains for the war, while also continuing Orochimaru's experiments. He gives them all Hashirama cells, improves their curse mark abilities, and removes some of the drawbacks. Naruto also has them study the scrolls that they've collected here. Karn during this time was also mastering the Rinnegan, finding the abilities quite useful. 4 months would go by until the war finally breaks out, with the Cloud Village seizing what remained of the Mist Village, overtaking their island. This caused the Hidden Stone to also begin moving as well. The Akatsuki during this time also tried to make their move, but some of their members were already deceased as they were caught up in the war. People like, Itachi, Kisame, Deidara, and Konan had already died by this time. The war began amping up, and this is when the Sound Four began to participate. Naruto himself showed up at the Cloud Village and requested a meeting with the Kage. Naruto allowed himself to be captured, and he's taken to a room where he meets with the Raikage. As he walks in, he asks what Naruto wanted. "I can kill the Kage and the military leaders and the Stone Village, but it'll cost you a lot." "Is that so? Why should I trust you?" "Because I can take down this village whenever I feel like it." The Raikage breaks the table. "You think I need you, kid? I could end your life right now." Naruto began laughing in his face, causing him to get punched, sending him into the wall. And this also caused the clone to then vanish in smoke. No, he can't be. The Raikage is then stabbed by the real Naruto who is behind him. "When did you... For a Kage, you seem to struggle with seeing what's real and what's fake." Naruto pulls out the bone blade and kicks the Kage to the ground. "I wonder how long it would take you to bleed out." The Raikage then sees someone else as he would enter his lightning mode, jumping at Naruto. Killer Bee then jumps through the door, trying to help him perform their signature. A black Susanoo ribcage then surrounds Naruto, as the brothers are both impaled by the bone blades afterwards. Killer Bee tries to utilize his tail beast but is ripped right out of him by Naruto. Naruto keeps the Raikage alive and knocks him out. He wakes up hours later, tied up in a room, with heads all around. Naruto then enters the room and sits down. "Don't you know these faces? These are all the people from your very own village." The Raikage manages to break the rope, and he gets a closer look at all the heads that had no eyes or teeth. He runs around picking each one up, remembering who they were. He then begins to break down crying, as Naruto throws one last head to his feet. "It's Killer Bee. You should learn how to fight. You're weak. When they needed you, you weren't there. How can you call yourself a Kage? Do you even know what you're standing in? It's their blood." Naruto's laughter rang throughout the room, driving the man insane, as he would eventually kill himself. How pitiful. Whatever. Naruto then returns to the Stone Village to tell the Kage that the job was now finished. He gives Naruto the money and thanks him. Naruto then holds the bag and looks through it before punching the man out of the window. Inoki looks up to see Naruto poofing in the smoke, as this is when he saw all 9 tail beasts launching tail beast bombs towards the village, obliterating it. Right after, Tobi appears and tries to attack Naruto, who dodges and places a hand on his forehead, leaving a seal there. Obito tries to warp away, but he feels an excruciating pain, which causes his Sharingan to turn back into the regular base state, where they had no abilities at all. What is this seal? It's a seal for the Uchiha, kinda like the Hyuga clan seal. Well, it's over now. Naruto crushes his head below his feet and sighs. Now this world is gonna be boring for quite some time. What a pain. 4 years then pass, as nothing happens, other than the villages starting to reform under new leaders. These leaders were Kakashi, the 6th Hokage, Darui, the 5th Raikage, Tenjiku, the 4th Mizukage, Kurasuchi, the 4th Tsuchikage, and Tamari, the 5th Kazekage. They all called a Kage summit within the Sand Village to discuss peace terms and what they would do against Naruto. Kakashi then begins the meeting. Thank you all for attending. As you know, the war's been concluded, but there's still a major problem. Naruto Uzumaki, the leader of the Sound Village, although not a big village, some of the most dangerous shinobi from the Bingo book have decided to live there and devote themselves to Naruto's goals. We haven't heard much from him in a while, but we do have some information that you all may need if you come into contact with him. Shikamaru walks around the table, handing documents to each of the Kage. As you can see from these papers I've just handed to you, Naruto has some extraordinary abilities. His allies are also very impressive in their own right. Karin Uzumaki has the Rinnegan, and Suigetsu has possession of all the blades from the legendary 7 Mist Swordsmen. Jugo has physical strength somehow comparable to Tsunade. Moreover, this nation possesses every single tailed beast, and they could have 8 more new Jinchuriki. The Kage sits in silence for a moment before Tenjiku slams his hands on the table. We need to get rid of him instead of sitting around here. There's no point of wasting any more time. Shikamaru rebuttals this point. I get what you're saying, but it's not that simple. Trying to kill him as we are now is suicide. Not to mention he has his own Sharingan that poses a huge threat to us. All the Kage sit and listen to Shikamaru talk before they hear a strange voice. Why all the sad faces? Didn't you just restore all the villages? The 5 mighty nations that fell so easily to my hand? The Kage and their guards get ready for battle as they watch a new figure enter the room. The being then slammed a staff to the ground that lifted all of them into the air. The gravity in the room seemed to be non-existent as they floated around. They had no control over their movements. Well, all of them but one person. Shikamaru looked down to see the Kazekage, Tamari, still sitting perfectly fine within her chair. Thank you for playing this moment, Tamari. She nods as all the Kage are in shock hearing this. Let's make sure all of you stay out of my way. Naruto's Rinne Sharingan begins to glow as all the people around are put under a very strong genjutsu. He walks from the room and goes back to the Sound Village. That night, Naruto could feel someone very strong who just landed on Earth. Toneri was now here and implanted the eyes of Hyuga, gaining the Tensegon. Once gaining this power, Naruto appeared to him. Naruto Uzumaki, I've been watching over your actions for quite some time now. But it's time you pay for your sins. Toneri appears behind Naruto, attempting to strike him down, but his body feels weighed down heavily. This causes his movement to appear very slow. Naruto tilts his head back, looking at him. That's quite the shock. Your body in that form is able to handle a much more intense gravity than what you're used to. You can't possibly be human. No, I'm not. I'm from a very powerful clan that you were just impersonating. As he says this, his body then sinks through the ground. Naruto puts a foot on his head, watching the transformation begin to wear off of Toneri. I can't be an impersonation of your clan, because there's never been another being like me. But tell me more about them, and about my new form, as this power, it intrigues me. Toneri then explains the history of Kaguya and the God Tree along with its fruit. After Naruto gets the information he wants, he tells Toneri that he's going to kill him. He begins to beg for his life, so Naruto says, let's play a game. I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 5. What could it be? Is it 3? Oh, you actually got it right. So that means you'll let me live? No. Naruto then erases Toneri off the face of the earth, and he plants the God Tree. And with the help of Zetsu, he then fully transforms into, well, he doesn't know. He understands it a little bit, but this power, it's not human anymore. It's godlike. Naruto sat on the planet bored for another 3 years before 2 more aliens would arrive. These 2 were, of course, Kenshiki and Momoshiki, as both were surprised to see the God Tree ritual was already done, and that it wasn't done by Kaguya this time. They didn't decide to recruit Naruto as another planet eater, as he continues to go around planting God trees on planets growing stronger and stronger. Naruto would only go to worlds that already had life, that way he could completely destroy everything, even its beings. Naruto? Wow. The story of Naruto would end with him being a world eater, as he sits on a throne within a moon base, figuring out what planet he wanted to go conquer next.